Good evening, and welcome to your Pulse News briefing for June 9th, 2026. I'm here in the studio with the 10 biggest stories shaping America tonight. From a major court ruling on visas to World Cup fever sweeping the nation, we've got politics, breaking news, technology, sports, and more. Let's begin. Our top story tonight. A federal judge has struck down President Trump's $100,000 fee on new H-1B visas. The administration had imposed the charge to discourage companies from hiring foreign workers. But the court ruled the fee amounted to an unconstitutional tax, well beyond presidential authority. It's a significant win for technology firms that rely on skilled workers from overseas. Industry groups had warned the fee would push talent and investment out of the country. The White House says it strongly disagrees and is expected to appeal the decision. For now, new H-1B applications will not carry that six-figure price tag. Legal experts say the case could ultimately head all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, to a developing story out of Toledo, Ohio, where a weekend shooting has shaken the community. Police say 12 people were wounded when gunfire erupted near a crowded street festival. Witnesses described families scrambling for cover as the celebration turned to chaos. Officers responded within minutes, and the victims were rushed to nearby hospitals. As of tonight, authorities say no suspects are in custody and the investigation continues. Police are urging anyone with video or information to come forward and help. City leaders have called for calm and promised additional patrols in the days ahead. In California, a dramatic primary night is reshaping the race for governor. Former Health Secretary Xavier Becerra has clinched the top spot on the November ballot. With millions of votes still being counted, his eventual challenger remains unknown. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles mayoral race is heading to a November runoff. Incumbent Karen Bass now faces a rising progressive challenger in a closely watched contest. And President Trump is casting doubt on the results, claiming without evidence there was fraud. State election officials insist the vote was secure, accurate, and fairly counted. Turning overseas now, where a U.S. Army Apache helicopter has crashed near the Strait of Hormuz. The attack helicopter went down in one of the world's most sensitive shipping corridors. President Trump says both crew members on board are safe and were quickly recovered. The Pentagon has not yet released a cause and says an investigation is underway. The crash comes amid heightened tensions across the broader Middle East region. Military officials stress there is no indication the aircraft was brought down by hostile fire. In a move rattling global markets, the Pentagon has expanded its blacklist of Chinese companies. Several prominent firms were added to the list of so-called Chinese military companies. The designation effectively blocks them from winning lucrative U.S. defense contracts. Washington says the step protects national security and critical supply chains. Beijing has condemned the decision and warned it could retaliate against American businesses. Analysts say the move could deepen an already tense economic standoff between the two powers. Overseas, protests have erupted in Kenya over a U.S.-backed Ebola quarantine center. Demonstrators gathered in the town of Nanyuki, raising fears about the facility's safety. Health officials insist the center is designed to contain outbreaks, not spread them. Local residents say they were given little warning before the site was established. American and Kenyan authorities are now working to ease tensions and rebuild trust. The dispute highlights the delicate balance between global health efforts and local concerns. Now to sports, where World Cup fever is officially sweeping across the United States. The 2026 tournament kicks off this month, with matches hosted right here on American soil. Cities from coast to coast are preparing for millions of visiting fans. Economists predict a massive boost for hotels, restaurants, and local businesses. For many Americans, it's a rare chance to see soccer's biggest stars up close. Organizers say it could become one of the most watched sporting events in history. Fan zones, watch parties, and celebrations are already popping up nationwide. In technology, the race for artificial intelligence supremacy is heating up fast. OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic have all unveiled powerful new models this season. Systems like GPT 5.5, Gemini 3.5, and Claude Opus 4.8 are shattering performance records. Even more striking, new AI agents can now plan and complete multi-step tasks on their own. Businesses are racing to deploy them for research, support, and day-to-day operations. but experts caution that human oversight remains essential as the technology accelerates. Analysts warn the next breakthrough could arrive faster than the world is ready for. And finally tonight, a dose of nostalgia as Toy Story 5 arrives in theaters. It comes 31 years after the original film changed animation forever. Families are flocking back to the big screen for the summer's biggest release. Studios are betting on familiar favorites to draw record summer crowds. Generative AI is also fueling a wave of brand new animated series this year. From classic franchises to fresh ideas, it's shaping up to be a blockbuster season. And that wraps up your Pulse News briefing for tonight. From the courts to the World Cup, it's been a busy day across the country. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.